What's up guys, today I'm going to teach you how you can add floating 3D cars and other objects to your videos like this inside of After Effects. Let's go. What's up guys, my name is Devin Huynh and welcome to 11% Tutorials. So right now we're inside of After Effects. I have my video clip loaded up right here. If you have camera movement in your clip, go ahead and make sure you select that tracker icon in the right hand side and hit track camera. If you have a tripod shot, you don't have to worry about this. While we wait for this to load, I'm going to go ahead and jump into my tier list. We have 3 different methods today which we're going to be teaching you how to create this effect. We're judging based off of effort, cost, and quality. You see my list? You see how much time this took? So if you're appreciating any of this, please go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe. Really, it means the world to me. Anyways, starting off first with the best one, S tier, we got the floating 3D city objects pack, which we just dropped at our website, 11%.net. The effort is easy, cost is low, and the quality is high. So I'm gonna show you what this is and how it works. Let's go back inside of After Effects. Now that our scene is tracked, we have all of our 3D flowers right here. You can see by my red target, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit this button that says create camera. By the way, if you ran into that error where it says like, oh, we can't complete this camera track because your composition setting size are wrong, just go ahead and make sure your composition settings are the exact same width and height as your video and hit OK. That was a mistake that I always used to get tripped up on and no tutorial would explain. So this entire pack right here consists of green screen and blue screen clips. They're a bunch of 3D overlays of like cars. We got floating objects. We got transitions. I don't know why everybody loves lean cups effects, but yeah, we have them. We got cyber trucks and a bunch of crazy objects. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to use this real quick. I'm gonna take this clip of floating cyber trucks. I'm gonna go ahead and drag this into our project layer. I'm gonna first go ahead and go to my effects and presets, search for the key light effect. I'm gonna drag that onto our Cybertruck layer, select screen color and key out that green. Now first up, I'm gonna have to scale it down because they're all in 4K by the way. So 4K quality files. I'm gonna scroll to a part where we got some like good floating animation. So now what I'm gonna do, since we tracked our clip in 3D motion, I'm just gonna hit this button right here, which is the cube icon on our floating Cybertruck layer. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scale this up until it fits the entire screen, and boom, there we go. Now we have a bunch of crazy 3D floating Cybertrucks inside of our scene. You can go ahead and mess around with any of these effects. Lastly, go to your effects and presets, search for a lumetri color. The key thing to having any good effects is lighting. So apply a lumetri color effect to this, go to the creative and try to match the lighting as close as possible to your clip. We got this like tealish tint right here, so I'm gonna set that to like the same color and boom, there we go. So that's a really easy application of how to use this pack. Of course, we have a bunch more crazy assets. We got Escalades, Cullinans, Benz, Cybertrucks, of course. Now this is just one application of the pack. You can go ahead and replace this with any car you like. We got Escalades, Cullinans, Benz, Cybertrucks, of course, and a bunch more floating 3D objects. I can just go ahead and add 3D floating bullets to our scene with this layer and boom, there you go. This pack is really easy to use. The cost is extremely relatively low compared to all the other methods, and I can't lie, the result is pretty damn good. So if you want to check it out, I'm giving an exclusive discount, 11% off for the first week only of this pack's release. So if you want to check this pack out, it's linked below right here on this video and in the description. Moving on to our next tier, which is the B tier, which is drum roll, Element 3D. Yes, Element 3D, you have to get it at one point. It's probably one of the best After Effects plugins. By the way, if you're wondering if there's a free tier, yes, there's a free tier. It's the D one. It's coming next. Now let's make this effect in Element 3D. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the visibility of our pack layers. Now I'm going to go to my layer, hit new, create a new solid, hit OK, and I'm going to go to my effects and presets and search for Element 3D. And yes, by the way, this method, you have to have Element 3D. But anyways, now that we have our Element 3D applied, I'm first going to go ahead and go to my custom layers, go to my custom texture maps and go to layer 1 and set this as the video layer that we're working off of. So this one right here is video layer 5, I believe. And then we're gonna go to scene setup. And the reason why we're doing this is so we can get the exact accurate lighting. Now you have to get an OBJ file of a car. So you can get these OBJ files anywhere on the internet. I personally like to go to Sketchfab and CG Trader. They usually have good offers. You can get like sports cars typically for free. This one's completely for free download. So go ahead and find a car that you like, download it, get that OBJ file and preferably textures if they have it. If not, we're gonna show you how to make it. So I'm gonna hit import. I'm gonna grab our Cybertruck right here, import it right there. Use auto normals, check that's very important, and now hit OK. Depending on your object, ours is really small, so I'm gonna scale it up to 10,000%. The model that we have is already kind of textured just a little bit, so that saves us some time. But I'm just going to go ahead and go to my presets, grab one of my Pro Shaders metal textures, and just apply that to our Cybertruck body, so it's just looking a little bit more realistic. Now it's time to go ahead and adjust for that real accurate lighting. First, I'm going to click on that material right here of our car. I'm going to go over here, hit this picture icon, and click on the environment none set. Now this is very important. You have to follow along. For this load texture tab, I want you to hit this drop down and select the layer that we selected, custom layer 1, which should be set to that video that we set earlier. Hit OK, and boom, there we go. Now the lighting of the Cybertruck is set to the original video lighting source. So this is a different part of the video, so it's orange, but it's gonna match the lighting of our video. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the materials and lightings for the rest of this object. So I'm gonna speed this part up. Now, once I'm done adjusting the rest of those materials, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit OK, and boom, there we go. Now we got some Cybertrucks added into our model. So it still looks like we kind of used the wrong clip right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that by just changing that to some of these other layers. Okay, looks like it was 6 instead. And now you can see once I play it out, not only is the Cybertruck tracked in place, but it's also affected by the lighting of that scene. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the drop down on group 1, hit the drop down on particle replicator, scale it up, move it around, and I can actually set some keyframes throughout our video clip so that we have some animation that plays. So I'm just going to go ahead and move this Cybertruck up to the top. Of course, hit a couple keyframes on that rotation as well. And now if we play that out, boom, we got a floating Cybertruck in our scene, perfectly adjusted to the lighting. And of course, just duplicate those Cybertruck models so that you get more objects, the better the effect is going to look. So you can go ahead and mess around with that, but that is how you create this floating car effect inside of Element 3D. Now let's move on to the last tier, which is D tier, which is effort easy, cost free, and quality low. This is GLB Files. Now, After Effects just added a new update within their software so that you can directly import GLB and OBJ files. OBJ files, you've kind of been able to do that already, but GLB files, this is entirely new. Basically, what GLB files are they're 3D objects that not only have texture on them already applied, but they also have animation encoded in them, and you can import these inside of After Effects without any 3D rendering software. So it's really cool. I really hope they expand and grow on this. Maybe if you're watching this video like 2 or 3 years from now, it'll be really good. But for now, GLB animation in After Effects is not really the best. It works for some scenarios, but right here I have this Mercedes GLB AMG file. I'm going to drag this into our file, and it's just going to ask us the object scale, which I'm going to set to 2%, and hit OK. And now you can see we have our 3D object of our car, which is fully imported and textured inside of our video. The lighting is not perfect, but of course we can go ahead and adjust that with Lumetri color. But anyways, what's cool about this is that when you hit the drop down on the GLB layer, not only is it already inside of After Effects as a 3D object, which is really cool, but you can animate it as well. So I'm going to hit the drop down on transform as well, hit a keyframe at that position and orientation. By the way, this GLB file does not have any pre-coded animation within it, but if you want to check out a free object file of a GLB that does have pre-coded animation, we actually have this floating 3D animated GLB lean cup animation, which we made a video on right here, which you can check out. You can import that file that has 3D animation. Right now I'm just animating this by hand, so I'm just doing the same like typical path animation, and we're going to rotate the car just a little bit. And now if we play that out, boom. Okay, I did something wrong with the animation, but you kind of get the idea. You can go ahead and animate this to however you like, and we can have floating cars inside of your effect without having any 3D rendering software, completely for free. You can download GLB files completely for free on the internet from Sketchfab, CG Trader, and a bunch of other websites like that. But with that, guys, that is the final method. I hope you found something useful from this video. And of course, if you want to check out our floating 3D city objects pack right here, which we just dropped at our website 11%.net, use this code for 11% off during the first 2 weeks. Exclusive offer only during these first 2 weeks. It's gonna run out. Leave a comment down below, of course, if you have any questions or concerns, and if you want to learn how to animate 3D titles like this, go ahead and check out this video right here. We have a full tutorial on it. See y'all in the next one. Peace.